right, y'all, I'm going to go over the Unit 7 Day 5 notes. This is when we start talking about simple and more complicated probability problems. Today we're only going to talk about the simple theoretical probability. It's super easy. So simple probability consists of one event, okay? And it's calculating and dividing the number of outcomes over the number of total outcomes. And what I mean by that, so for example, Bobby rolled a 6-sided die. What is the probability that he will roll a 2? Well, remember, 6 sides starts from 1 to 6. 2 only happens one time. That's the only time that a 2 could happen. The total possible outcomes is 6. So that's just 1/6. Okay? And if you can simplify, do so, but here with 1/6, you cannot simplify. Okay? So then for the next example, June wants to read a Shakespearean comedy. He wrote 6 comedies and 12 tragedies. What is the probability that she will select a comedy? Well, we want a comedy, so there's 6 of them. And then total, I have 12 plus 6, which is 18. So 6 out of 18. Now, 6 out of 18 you can simplify. And a way in your calculator to do that is to do 6 over 18 in your calculator and then hit math, enter, enter. And so that turns into 1/3. So she has 1/3 of a chance to pick a comedy. Okay. Now, another way to do that by hand is just to figure out what's the largest number that goes into both 6 and 18. Usually look at that biggest number and say, okay, 6 does go into 18. 6 goes into 6 one time. 6 goes into 18 3 times. Okay. Carly chooses a random card from a deck of cards. What is the probability that she will choose a spade? Now here, just in case you're not sure about how a deck of cards goes, with cards, there's 52 cards total. Total cards. Okay? And with the cards, there is hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades. Okay, and all of them go from ace to king, ace to king, ace to king, ace to king. And so that starts ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then after 10, it goes jack, king, queen, just in case everybody's not really 100% sure on how those are. And hearts are always red, and diamonds are red, and then clubs and spades are always black. So that's just an FYI, which means that for all of them, they have 13 cards in each one, and that's what adds up to 52 total cards, okay? So that's just some background information in case you get problem and asked a problem like, what's the likelihood of drawing a king? So that's 4 different times a king can show up in 52 tries. All right, so this time, though, we want to know what is the likelihood she will choose a spade. Okay, so there is 13 different types of spades cards that you can choose from out of 52 total cards. Okay, so that's 13 out of 52. Now, that one's not as easy to determine if you can simplify or not. So, again, that's when we go to our little calculator trick and do 13 out of 52 and hit math, enter, enter. And that simplifies down to 1/4. Okay, another way to do this is if you go to y equals, in case you can't do that in your head, just list out factors of 13 and list out factors of 52. Okay, and whatever the largest number is that goes into 13 and 52, that's the number you're going to use. So like here, I would have listed out things of 13, and the only things that go into 13, let me write that out, 13 is 1 and 13. Nothing else goes into 13. Okay, with 52, you have 1 and 52, 2 and 26, 3 does not go into 52, 4 and 13 go into 52. 7, 8, and all I'm doing here is going down the whole list. 52 divided by 8, 52 divided by 9, 52 divided by 10, 52 divided by 11, 52 divided by 11, 52 divided by 12, 52 divided by 13, which I already have listed, is 4. So that's all my factors of 13. So notice 13 and 13 are the largest two numbers in those lists. So 13 goes into 13 one time. 13 goes into 52 4 times. So that's an easy way to simplify it. If you don't have one of these little handy dandy calculators, you just have your actual phone calculator. So you can do that with your phone. And I'll do a couple more examples of those as we go on. All right, so another example is we have a fair-sided 6 cube that are numbered 1 through 6. The number cube is rolled. What is the probability that it will land on an even number? And so remember, it goes from 1 to 6. And so our even numbers there are 2, 4, and 6. So that's 3 different chances of happening out of 6 total. 3/6 is just 1/2. Okay? And so that's the chance. You have 1/2 of a chance of rolling a even number. Okay? Number 2 says a standard 6-sided number cube is rolled. What is the probability that you're going to roll a 3 or a 5? Will face up. So that's 2 chances of that happening out of 6 total. Okay? And so 2/6 simplifies to 1/3. And again, if you can't do that in your head like I can, or if you don't have a calculator to simplify that for you, 2, the only numbers that go into 2 is 1 and 2, and then 6, the only numbers that go into 6 are 1 and 6, and 2 and 3. And so 2 is the largest 2 numbers that go into both of those. 2 goes into 2 1 time, 2 goes into 6 3 times, so 1/3. Okay? So that means that these numbers across from them are the numbers that go in our fraction. Okay? So then the next example, actually, that's it. Easy peasy. Okay? Your classwork is just doing some more probability problems. Make sure you read those carefully. Just a quick thing on number 1 where it talks about percentages. Instead of telling you how many reds, blues, and yellows there are, it gives you percentages. That is the same thing. 40% is 40 out of 100, which you can simplify to 2/5. I'm giving these to you. 30% would then be 30 out of 100, which simplifies to 3/10. And then 30% again, 30 out of 100, which is 3 out of 10. Okay, so that'll help you with those. Let me check and see if there's any other issues with these. Nope, just read carefully and answer the questions and then upload your answers to them. If you have any questions, again, comment and let me know, and I will gladly respond. If you message me on Remind, I'll answer on there or on here. Okay? Miss you guys, and then I'll see you later, hopefully. Bye.